Once again, it's on. It's me, Brian Redmond, hollering at you guys once again, and this is the Relationship Rehab. So today I got a really good topic. Topic for today is, how do you deal with hurt? What's the best way to deal with being hurt? So when your heart's broken, when somebody's hurt your feelings, whatever the case may be, when you're dealing with hurt, I got like 4 good hot tips for you. Okay, so first and foremost, don't try to get over hurt. And what I mean by that is, people say your feelings get hurt, like, oh, you hurt my feelings, or you broke my heart. And, we tend to just make it a habit to just say, oh, get over it, move on. You know what I'm saying? And when you try to get over hurt, you never really deal with it. You just try to forget about it. You push it in the back of your mind, you push it into the back burner. And what that does is that causes you to have more apprehensions because you didn't deal with that hurt. You didn't process that hurt, so now you don't want to get hurt again. That's all you know. It's just a natural defense. So it's like that's something that you don't want to do. So when I say the first thing is don't try to get over hurt. You want to go through it. Go through that pain. Go through that traumatic experience. Go through those feelings and process that. The reason being is because once you go through it, and in that process, you actually begin to understand what has actually happened to you. You accept that. You accept the fact that, this part of your life, or this part in your life has changed or is over. And now you can begin to accept not only the fact that it has happened, but you can accept the role that you played in it. A lot of times when people are hurt or we get hurt, we tend to not think about what we did. We tend to not want to even consider the fact that we've done something. Because in a lot of our relationships, we'll turn around and we'll be the person and say, I was everything to him, or I did everything for her, and she just didn't know how to treat me. And you'll say, he didn't know how to treat you, girl. And they'll be like, yeah, girl, that's right. Forget him. Fuck him, girl. Fuck him. Nope, that is not what it is. That's not what you're supposed to do. You have to deal with that hurt, and you have to understand the fact that this has happened, and you got to understand the fact that, what roles did I play? Did I do something that I shouldn't have done? Did I allow him or her to do something to me that I should have stopped or nipped in the bud or set a clearer expectation up front? Those are the type of questions that you have to deal with and you have to answer for yourself. And then you have to also look at it and say, what was my mindset? Where was I at as a person to be able to be hurt like that? And not to say that it's your fault, because it's not about whose fault it is. It's the fact that you are in this place right now and you're hurting, and you want to process those emotions and process those feelings so that you can move through it and go past it. Because if you try to go over it, if you try to go around it, it's still going to be there. And more than likely, you'll repeat those same exact steps that led you to that point. And you'll get hurt all over again. And then you'll be saying to yourself, why me? Why me, Lord? Why is this happening to me? And you won't realize that because you haven't gone through it, you haven't learned your lesson from it. And because you didn't learn your lesson from it, you're going to tend to repeat that same process over and over again. So my next point is, let your heart break, because even though it's going to hurt and it's going to be painful, I ain't going to lie to you, it's going to be painful, but it's okay to let it hurt and let it fall. Just let your heart break into those little pieces that you got to do it, because that's the only way you can truly see what you need to fix. And that's the only way you can put yourself back together again. So let your heart break and just go through it, accept it, cry, scream, ball up in a fetal position. Do whatever you need to do to let those feelings go through you and to process those feelings. Because once you've done that and that moment is over, now you're sitting there with these broken pieces, and because you've gone and you've let those emotions out, you can now start to put that heart back together again, or repair that heart, or the rehab process will begin. Yeah, I'll work that in there just like that. That's where the rehab process can begin, to where you can start putting those pieces back together and you can start making yourself whole again, so that you can actually move on to bigger and better things. Last but not least, and this is very important, do not self-medicate. And what I mean by self-medicate is essentially just what it says. Don't self-medicate with drugs, alcohol, and all that kind of stuff. But also don't over-medicate or self-medicate with things, people, addictions or habits. So you don't want to get to a point to where you get into a relationship, you've been with this person for however many, 5 years you've been with this person, and now it's over. Your heart is broken, and instead of you going through that process of hurt and dealing with those feelings, you off onto the next thing. You on to the next guy, or you on to the next girl, because you think that they gonna help you get over. They don't help you get over. All they doing is medicating your problem right now. They softening the blow. And you don't want to do that with people, because it's not only unfair to you because you're denying yourself that process, but it's unfair to them too. Because that rebound girl or that rebound guy or that jump off you got here or that jump off you got there, you're wasting your time by not moving on with your life and being able to make room and make time and have space for somebody else that can actually enhance your life. You're wasting that time with somebody that you really don't want to be with, but just with because you don't want to be by yourself, or you don't want to deal with you and your own personal feelings. You don't want to go through that heartbreak. So don't cheat yourself. Even though it's gonna hurt a little bit, it's all for your good. Okay? So I hope that you have learned from that. Keep in mind that those things that you try to self-medicate with, you don't want to do that because it takes away from you and your own uniqueness and your own identity. Don't let other people and the situations that you have had happen with you and other people, don't let that change who you are. You being you and your uniqueness, that's what makes you you, and that's what makes people love you. That's what makes people respect you. Those are the things that draw people to you. And you don't let anybody take that away from you, and don't let anybody change that about you. You being you is what makes you so special. Just remember, that's how you deal with hurt. And I just want to say thank you to everybody. I've been getting mad love. I've been getting so much support. I appreciate you guys. Continue to hit the website. That's www.therelationshiprehab.com. Well, all this stuff gonna be at the end anyway. Just keep on supporting me, guys. Keep on liking and sharing and watching the videos. Tell me what you think. Give me your feedback. The other little segment that I'm doing too, the Secret Garden, that's really taking off. I'm getting flooded with questions and stuff. I'm gonna be doing some of those later on too. And man, just thank you, and let's keep building, people. I'm your boy, Brian Redman. This is The Relationship Rehab, and I'm out.